it is so easy for everybody over here to be like, well, clearly he's going to go with the Dodgers, not just because of Ohtani and Yamamoto, but because there is a lot of other reasons to go to the Dodgers beyond Ohtani and Yamamoto that I think we all have to accept. However, the Padres seem to be an interesting character in this. We're going to, of course, be speculating about this all winter long until we know. But from your perspective and from the Japanese coverage in Tokyo and back home, what is the general maybe favor? Like, how are they handicapping it compared to over here where everyone's just throwing their hands up and saying, oh, it's probably the Dodgers?
Yeah, I think in Japan, there's definitely at least some feeling that the Padres are on the table, especially because, he's so tight with Yu Darvish. Yu Darvish is like a mentor to him. Others will point out, like, isn't Shohei Ohtani also like a mentor to him? But I feel like Darvish really functions as a second pitching coach. He does that in San Diego, and he definitely did that for Samurai Japan. Darvish was the one that really helped him develop that slider of his further. And so I think a lot of Japanese media is just assuming it's going to be, does he join forces with the already existing super team that is the Dodgers? You have Yamamoto, Ohtani, Sasaki. A lot of Japanese fans would definitely really enjoy that. A lot of the casual fan base certainly would. But I also do think that from a perception perspective of like the Chibalote Marines, already I think the fan base is fairly split on their feelings on Sasaki. A lot of people are very unhappy with him. Others are saying, this is your dream. Just, show us what you can do overseas and make us proud. But I think if he does join the Dodgers, a lot of Lotte fans are going to be, quite disappointed at that, being like, you kind of took the easy path. Does he care about that? I'm not sure. And when we talk about money, yeah, it matters only to the extent that like this season, his contract in MPB, he was only making like 500,000-600,000. And so even a small, minor league deal that he lands with the international bonus pool money, that's still more than he was making here. But obviously, when you're passing up on hundreds of millions that he could have got in 2026, 2027, money's not the main motivating factor. I really think he's going to go to a place where he feels most comfortable with the city and with the surrounding cast and the environment. And so a lot of people will throw around, like, obviously, the East Coast teams like the Yankees and the Red Sox. But I think that would be a huge shock to most people if he takes that route. I really think Roki Sasaki is doing this because he wants to play in MLB early. And if he wants to play in MLB early, he wants to be able to, be with people that he's comfortable with, be with people that he knows, and really further elevate his game. He wants to become the best pitcher in the world. And so Los Angeles or San Diego seem like the obvious destination. I will point out Darvish had even posted a petition last year trying to get the Marines to post him early. And so it's like, Darvish has been really disappointed that a lot of Japanese players are picking Ohtani over him, which is understandable. But we'll see what happens. I definitely think for the health of the rivalry, it would be cool if it's like Darvish and Sasaki and Yuki Matsui against Ohtani and Yamamoto. But, it would be great from a marketing perspective if he's on the Dodgers as well.
Dude, this just makes me feel ancient. Roki Sasaki was 9 years old when Yu Darvish threw his final pitch for the Fighters in NPB in 2011. So I remember when Ohtani came over, there were a lot of conversations about, he grew up watching Darvish. Like, Sasaki literally grew up watching Darvish, right? In a way that he did not see him like throw a pitch when Sasaki was in high school. Like, he was a child watching Yu Darvish. So I can imagine the opportunity to play alongside him holds a lot of sway.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is worth pointing out that, he lost his father and his grandfather in the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. He had a really tough childhood growing up. And so nobody's really in a position to speculate where this guy's head is at. He's had a really tough childhood already. He's gotten through so much to get to this point. And so this is just something that he's wanted to do for a long time. And I think, as much as this sets a really dangerous precedent for MPB in terms of, being poached by MLB, and there's a lot of implications that, we don't have to get into. But I do think that we were very blessed, those of us in Japan, to be able to watch Roki for even 5 years, because you're seeing with guys like Rintaro Sasaki, Shotaro Mori, a lot of them are just skipping MPB altogether. They're going straight to US college or signing a minor league deal. And that is the absolute worst case scenario for fans in Japan, not being able to watch, their domestic talent at the highest level at all. And so I think Roki Sasaki, for me, like having started my presence on YouTube and Twitter covering baseball, Japanese baseball, around the time that he debuted, it was like a blessing for me to be able to cover him. And yeah, I wish him the best. I wish I could have seen him a few more years in MPB, but it is what it is.